FX International Group was the crown jewel of a city, with a vast empire stretching across industries from hotel chains and construction to luxury department stores, entertainment companies, and sprawling amusement parks. The locals might not recognize their mayor on the street, but they all knew Edward Mu, the enigmatic face behind this business empire. Edward wasn't just successful. He was a phenomenon, with a striking beauty that rivaled models and an intellect that outmaneuvered his competitors. He was admired, envied, and talked about. Tabloids labeled him a playboy, a regular feature in glossy spreads, his private life a source of endless speculation. Yet few knew the real Edward Mu, least of all, perhaps Edward himself. That morning, the opulent hall of FX International shimmered beneath its gilded bronze ceiling. Marble floors gleamed beneath towering statues, and at the center of the grandeur stood a woman in military uniform. At her side, a small boy clung to her hand. The woman was beautiful in a sharp, commanding way, her cold expression framed by her precise uniform. Her name was Daisy Ouyang. She didn't have an appointment, and she wasn't taking no for an answer. The front desk staff floundered. No one walked into FX International and demanded to see Edward Mu, not without going through layers of secretaries, appointments, and protocol. Yet here this woman stood, unmoving, resolute. Eventually, the flustered receptionist called upstairs.
Mr. Chiao, there's a military officer here to see the CEO. No appointment. Should I let her in?
Aaron Kiao blinked.
A what?
He nearly choked. Inwardly, he groaned. Boss and his love life again. Now with the military involved, great. Reluctantly, he walked into Edward Mu's office.
Boss, there's a woman downstairs. Military officer. No appointment. Wants to see you urgently.
Edward didn't look up from his documents.
Military? That's unusual. What does she want?
Didn't say, but she insists on seeing you now.
Edward raised a brow, intrigued.
Let her in.
Downstairs, Daisy Ouyang was steeling herself. She wasn't sure if Edward would remember her. She wasn't sure she wanted him to. Her palms were sweating despite her rigid posture. His words from 6 years ago echoed in her head.
You won't have me, even if we're married. You tricked me, drugged me. How dare you? You're just my wife on paper. My heart doesn't belong to you.
The door had slammed shut behind him that night, leaving Daisy bewildered, broken, and eventually pregnant. She remembered waking up sore and confused in a hotel bed, Edward already gone. Rumors had swirled for years afterward about his string of lovers, his coldness, his playboy lifestyle. But she had never contacted him. She didn't need him. Until now.
Mommy, you're hurting me.
A soft voice broke through her thoughts. Startled, she looked down. Her grip on Justin's hand had tightened too much.
Sorry, sweetheart.
She knelt beside him, brushing his hair gently.
I was just thinking.
Justin's eyes searched hers.
Is Daddy not coming?
He's just busy. We'll wait.
Her voice was steady, but her stomach churned. Moments later, a staff member returned.
Madam, Mr. Mu will see you now.
Daisy stood tall, her military posture immaculate. As they moved through the grand halls, whispers followed. No one had ever seen a woman like her in this building where celebrity girlfriends were the norm, not uniformed officers with a child. In Edward's office, the air shifted as the door opened. She stepped in, face composed, voice steady.
I'm sorry to disturb you, but I had no other choice. I need you to take care of my son for 3 months. I'll return when my mission is complete.
Edward looked up slowly. Confusion crept into his features.
Who are you? What are you talking about?
Daisy didn't answer. She reached into her coat and pulled out a thin document. a marriage certificate, his name, her name, both written on it.
I'll explain everything when I return. I'm out of time.
Before he could react, her phone blared with a military tone. She answered crisply.
Yes, I'll be there shortly.
She turned to her son.
Justin, be good. I'll be back soon.
Don't worry, Mommy. I'll be a good boy.
He said, too mature for his years. She kissed his forehead and fled the room before Edward could say a word. The door shut quietly behind her. Edward stood frozen, the marriage certificate still in his hand.
Daisy Ouyang.
He murmured. The name hit him like thunder. His wife, his forgotten past, and now his son. She had come and gone like a storm, leaving behind a small boy with eyes too familiar to deny. And just like that, Edward Moo's carefully ordered world began to crack.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to catch the latest chapter release. If you like this video, please like, subscribe and share. Thank you.